This is my 2-layer or crate or cages for quail that I got from Hatching Time. It is set up to actually be 6 separate cages, but one thing I did when I ordered these is that I ordered it with I ordered a couple dividers that are actually open. So let me remove this tray. I can show you what I got inside of here. Is that if you look at this side, you'll see that there is no wall between the sides there, and yet on this side there's an actual wall there. So one of the things that Hatch Time has is they allow you to buy walls that you can take the center out of. This means I can turn this easily back into 6 cages, or as I decided to end up doing it for myself, is that I have the top section here and the lower section here are open wider. Especially as I'm going to start, I figured to giving a little bit of extra room, but having a place that I could separate any of the quail into will be beneficial. And if I do get to the point that I'm going to have breeding pairs, I'll keep them in the smaller section so I can have a 1 male and 4 females in one of these sides, but these main areas could easily have 10 females in it if all they're doing is laying eggs. Overall, I'm very happy with the cages. It did take me a little longer to put them together than what I originally expected. I was thinking I was going to spend maybe an hour or to put this together, and in reality I probably ended up spending in closer to an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to put this all together. Some of that was my issue, I was trying to press things in like the cups, and they were not going, and I was just not pressing hard enough. Putting parts together, I wasn't pressing hard enough. If it wasn't for the videos on the Hatching Time website, I don't know if I would have got this put together, because the videos let me see exactly what I was supposed to be doing, and after seeing him do it on there, I went back and redid it again and again until it started going together. By the time I finished building the 6th cage, it was a whole lot easier and I knew what I was doing. But the first few, I was worried that I was going to break something, and so I spent a lot of extra time trying to make sure that I got it right, just because I didn't want to break it and have to order additional parts and get it put together. But overall, I'm happy with at least the build quality of it. There are a few points that you can tell it's not as clean as it could be, but for what I'm using it for, I don't mind that the edges are not nicely sanded down and clean on that aspect. But it did mean that there was a few times I wish I was wearing gloves when I was putting it together, so that when I was pressing down and trying to get things to fit together, or it wouldn't have been pressing as hard on my fingers. Overall, I still would give it a 5 out of 5, and I plan, at least as of right now, I plan on getting more of these as I expand the number of quail. But we'll see after I actually have a few months of keeping quail in here and seeing how well it works, whether the eggs roll out correctly, whether I have problems with the feed. But considering most of the places I found online had very good reviews of it, and most of them were showing that it did exactly what it was supposed to. I think I'm going to be happy with this, especially since I'm, as I said, less than 2 hours I had this built and ready to go. And I figure if I was building from scratch, I'd be looking a couple days worth of work just to build up one of the wireframe cages, and I'm not sure it would be as easy to clean as what this will be, especially since I can take this out, hose it off and be done with it and have it nice and clean. Whereas the wire, I think I would have to end up brushing and dealing with it a little more. But so at least at this point, I'm very happy with what I've bought. We'll see whether the quail will enjoy it and how well it works when I get them in.